right now? Okay, good idea, because I might have taken a little longer.
Oh, we can't hear Cletus. We can't hear Cletus. Hello? Oh, hold on.
Check.
Well,
now we can.
almost.
There you go.
What'd I miss?
Well, not much.
Hey, so
Not much. We're
sound
just
check.
Working out tech stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear everybody. I see everybody, and
Okay.
What I'd like to do is roll the intro, and just if everyone could focus for just the purpose of the little script outline that I gave everybody. Does everyone have one of those in front of you?
You know what?
Not right at this second. I'll print one out next time before I. However, I sort of have a good idea of it, and
yeah, Charlie, you'll hear your name when he's throwing it to you.
Right, and I have a decent enough memory, and he's going to throw it to me, and I'm assuming I'm live. I see me in the corner. I'm live in the little picture, and then when I see it go big.
In what order am I doing it in?
Okay, so that's what I'm going to run down right now. So we do the opening video, a cut to Fred for his monologue, and then Fred goes around the horn, introduces the characters, and they're welcome to introduce their character, as much as they want, to reintroduce it to people or for people.
Yeah. Charlie, disgruntled guy, Cletus. That order?
Yep. And then there's a guest tease. Fred does a key tease for the guest. And then we go to the first commercial. I'm going to roll Blue Surf. And then the first guest is Mr. Merriweather from the CIA. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm here for the disgruntled guy.
Right on. Okay, and then after that, we'll throw to another commercial, and that'll be the Billy Blast commercial.
Okay.
And that's
Hi, Mr. Lee.
Around the horn one more time with each of the characters. Fred picks a topic.
Yeah.
And then we do an outro. Fred, thanks. We'll see you next week, that kind of thing. Fred signs off, and then we go to the outro.
All right.
So,
what could go wrong?
And if I could just suggest, like we've all been friends for a long time and we enjoy each other's company. We love to bullshit, but try to stay in character for the next 30 minutes as much as possible. Try not to leave your character. Everything you do is what your character would be doing, and we'll keep that going forward.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay,
Victor, I'll try not to blow the show.
You'll never work in this town again.
Good advice.
Nobody cares more about your stupid show than we do.
Right? Okay.
Don't forget it.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna run the intro.
All right.
Okay. Now what do I do?
Standing by.
Time for the Fred Johnson Show. Also starring Cletus from South Kakalaki and Charlie the sports guy. The disgruntled guy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Fred Johnson.
And we should have started on Fred because when I cut out of the commercial, we'll go back to Fred.
Is that Fred Johnson?
Okay, so now Fred does his monologue.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Fred Johnson Show. It's the first one of many. If you remember, we used to have the Fred Johnson Sports Show back in the 90s, bleeding into the 2000s. Then we had some issues, had to go off the air for a while. And everybody kept asking, hey, Fred, when are you going to bring your show back? And I said, when there's a pandemic plaguing the entire earth, that's when I'm going to bring my sports show. That's when I'm going to bring my show back. So be true to my word, here we are. So, if you're already a Fred fan, well, welcome back. If you're new to the show, well, welcome aboard. I want to introduce you to the Fred crew, starting with our sports guy. If you remember, you know him, you love him, Charlie.
Howdy, how's it going?
There
Well,
he is.
hopefully you remember me. I was in my bunker in Huntington Beach there in the original Fred show, 97 through 2002, and I'm back along with the rest of the gang.
Oh,
Take it
all
away,
right.
Fred.
All right. Well, welcome back, Charlie. Glad to. Your voice was out of sync, but hey, that's okay.
Yeah, well, I'm on the
All
backup
about.
computer. It's not
You know, we're just
perfect today.
getting our footing. It can only get better than from here. Okay. Fred needs another drink. Daddy needs a drink. All right, everybody. Now, for our second guy, you remember this guy, the guy we used to send out to all the games, always went to the wrong location, always needed more per diem. Ladies and gentlemen, disgruntled guy.
Has anybody seen the disgruntled guy?
Oh, okay, he's not disgruntled.
This is Joseph Merriweather. I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm with the CIA.
Wow.
And we're looking for the disgruntled guy. Has anybody seen him? Fred,
Apparently,
have you
we're
seen the
looking for him,
disgruntled
too.
guy?
Apparently, we're looking for him too in this segment.
Well, hold on, let me see if I can get him.
Yeah. He's a master of disguise. He's an illusionist, I tell you. How does he do it?
He's behind the curtain now.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
he's-
there we go.
Hello, Fred.
Yeah, there he is.
I'm here.
The Scrono guy. Hey, there was a CIA guy that just he hacked into our broadcast here. He was looking for. Hey, it's new hat phones. You've heard of headphones. These are hat phones. You can only get them at the Scrono guy's website. There he is. All right. I'm glad. I guess he had to jump out the window and shimmy down the drain pipe.
Well, you know that this guy is looking for me, Fred.
That's what I hear.
But
Yeah.
I've been elusive him.
Okay. Very good. I'm glad we're all lucid. All right. Well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, welcome back, Disgruntled guy, and we'll come back to you, and we'll see what you're up to for the,
Thank you, Fred.
the show. Okay. So now, last but not least, you remember this guy. Cletus did all those great interviews, but he was always just a day late and $1 short. You remember him? Cletus from Crackalacky, ladies and gentlemen.
Where am I from?
Hey!
Is it Crackalaki or Kakalaki?
Okay, I'll just say Cletus.
Hey,
Cletus, let me write that down.
hey,
Cadillac-y.
Fred. Hey, Fred.
Cadillac-y. Okay.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
I'm doing good, Cletus. All right. Welcome back. What's going on with you?
Well, I'm stranded over here in Tokyo. I
Really?
came over to promote the new PBR sake, and then all this pandemic hit, so I'm stranded here.
Oh, man.
Hoping
That's
you can get me
right.
out.
You got that lucrative deal.
Well, I don't know how lucrative it is,
Mm.
but
Well,
the people are treating me real nice. Went out
So
for
far.
dinner last night, but I ordered the fish. I had to send it back because it was way undercooked. It's almost like it was raw.
are you sure you weren't at a sushi place there, Cletus?
Yeah, I think it was one of them places. What does
Oh,
that mean?
it was like a bait shop, right?
Looked like it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway, I thought you might be interested in this, Fred. They've arranged for me to meet an iconic American sportscaster, and I know you're big into the sports.
yeah.
So,
Who's
so
that?
yeah, right after I sent my fish back last night, they said they're going to introduce me to Harry Carey.
Oh,
So it's a tradition over here.
I don't think they meant that Harry Carey there, Cletus. I think you might have insulted them.
Oh,
You may be
Well-
insulting people.
well, I was thinking I should get me a haircut before I meet Mr. Carey.
Yeah.
But then they asked me if I could pop over and help them clean up a place where they had an accident, someplace called Fukushima.
Oh.
When we left there, I didn't need a haircut.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Do you want me to send the Fred Johnson private jet over to get you, Cletus?
That would be great. That'd be great if you can do that, Fred.
Okay. Well, you just hang in there. Keep looking up in the sky for it. It'll be there shortly.
Okay. I'll do it.
All right. Well, thanks, Cletus. So there you go. We got Charlie. We got Disgruntled Guy. We got Cletus. The crew is back, ladies and gentlemen. The new Fred Johnson show is back. So when we come back, we're going to hear a word from our sponsor. I'm going to show you what's in store on the new Fred Johnson show. Take a look at this commercial.
Blue Surf Essentials is your source for On Guard sanitizing mist and the entire line of products in the On Guard collection. Blue Surf Essentials. Good for you. It's from Blue.
Hey, looks like they might have shot that in the same studio where I am.
Wow. Well, welcome back. Hey, that Blue Surf Essentials, that sounds good. That sounds like everybody needs to get that. Everybody needs to go to their website I should have wrote down and repeated. But yeah, well, I see that's what Cletus is over there shooting commercials. That's, or is that not supposed to be Cletus? Okay. Anyway, maybe we should, we'll work that. Is that Cletus separated from that?
Well, Cletus
doesn't have anything to do with that.
It looks like they might have shot it in the same studio, so it must have been here in Tokyo.
Yeah, okay. That's right. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, that's some good stuff, that Blue Surf stuff. I'm wearing it right now. Okay. Now, let me follow my script. Hold on. That was the first commercial. Each character has a comment ready. Okay. All right, Charlie, 1 minute. You got anything you want to say? What's on your mind? What's happening?
1 minute. Well, I got to say, it's lovely to be back. I've got some sports stuff that I want to tell you about, even though there's hardly anything. So that'll be coming up, in a few minutes.
Oh, that's right. No, you know what? No, maybe that is it. This is your sports time?
Or is this my sports time?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Charlie. What's happening in sports right now?
Well, the major leagues are still dilling around, trying to figure out when to get going. They've got don't want to pay the players full rate if there's no crowd. So the Players Association doesn't want that. They want their money.
Right.
So that's sort of the hold up on that right now. And the major leagues are also exploring tarps in the stands with advertising on them. That's another idea they're thinking for revenue. Not like South Korea, where they're playing right now with no fans, but they have sex dolls as in the seats every so often there to look like an audience. So
wow,
interesting enough. I don't think the U.S. could get away with that. And golf, just a couple of days. Tom Brady is playing with Phil Mickelson against Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning.
How can we see that? Where do we see that at?
It's 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be on 4 channels like TBS and the other partner stations.
That's this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brady's been talking smack.
Right. I saw some of
to
that.
Manning.
Yeah.
So they're hyping.
You see where Brady accidentally walked into the house next to the house he was supposed to go into?
Oh no, I missed that.
Yeah, down in Tampa, he was going to meet with like one of the coaches in the house. This is one of those gated communities, and the houses all look the same. And he accidentally walked into brought his gear in, like set it down. And the guy was like at his desk, like working. He goes, "Excuse me, like, can I help you?" And then Brady looked up and went, "Oh, it's on the you can find it on YouTube or whatever." And the guy's explaining the whole thing. He goes, and then the guy left. He goes, "I'm sorry, I was in the wrong house." And the guy went, "Holy crap, was that Tom Brady?" So that was pretty funny.
Oh, that's funny.
So that's one of the things Manning was giving him crap about, breaking and entering.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I did watch old Wimbledon the other day. Borg beating McEnroe in 5 sets of maybe 4.5 hours of play.
Wow.
Didn't see all of it. But it was Borg's 5th win. This is when Johnny Mack was really young and was like a teenager still. And he had this poofy hair then. And he was
I remember that. I remember that.
Intense.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that match originally. So
right. That all
anyway,
comes
that's
true.
going.
Okay. All right.
Also, let's see. The Big Ben story is that he finally has trimmed his beard from being a huge mountain man beard
Yeah,
to
he cut his hair.
a
Yeah.
ridiculous looking beard anyway,
Right.
because he wasn't going to trim his beard until he could throw the ball again.
Right.
But
So now he
he's
can
had
throw.
that injury. Yeah. So, of course,
And everybody says he
still
looks like
has
a
to
big
get
fat
into
tub of
shape.
goo.
Yes, I was going to say that. He's blonde.
Yeah, he hasn't been working out at all. I saw pictures
Right.
of him. He looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah. So also,
Okay.
University of Kentucky's cheerleading coaches have been fired. All 4 of them.
Really?
Kentucky has won 24-35 national championships in cheerleading in the last 35 years. The head coach has been there about 40 years, but all 4 are fired for
Is Mitch McConnell
hazing,
one of them?
public.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hope so. Hazing, public nudity, and
What?
alcohol abuse.
Oh my
So,
God. Kentucky.
They're out of there. Yeah, they're out
Wow.
of there.
Craziness in Kentucky over there. What's going on over there? Okay, Charlie. Well, thank you. That's good. We'll come back to you again. We're going to move
Exactly.
on, and we'll get your final thoughts when we come back.
Okay.
So after I do that, is there another commercial to the next guy?
Yes,
No,
I
go all the
believe
way
so.
around the horn. Talk to
Oh, I
everybody.
go all the way around the horn. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. I want to check in with Disgruntled Guy. Disgruntled Guy, now what are you up to? What are you bringing to the show this time around, Disgruntled Guy? What's on your mind? What's happening? What's happening in Disgruntled Guy's world? Where are you going? Who you seeing? What are
You know,
eating?
Fred,
Yeah.
I was being stalked by this Joseph guy from the
Yeah?
CIA, but I kind of lost that guy when I went down to the marble races.
Oh, yeah, the marble races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The marble races. Now that was pretty fun, Fred. You should have been there.
I think we're going to be interviewing that CIA guy later. He called me, and I'm going to put him on the air, and in a little bit here, I'm going to be interviewing him.
He called you, Fred?
Yes, he called me. You had me down as your last employer.
Well, you know, Fred, I
Yeah.
didn't really put you down for
Yeah.
as my last employer.
Well, that's what he's saying, Say you want to collect some unemployment, so, and he's been looking for you. So we're going to interview him later,
All right. Well,
So,
we also down the street here from where I live,
yeah.
they're having cockfights down there.
What? Where do you live?
What?
West Hollywood?
No, I'm right down the street from Tijuana right now.
Oh, is that right? Oh, wow. Okay, that's probably a good place for you to be, Disgruntled Guy. Now, when sports starts back up, you're okay with traveling to the venues and giving live updates, right? You good with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it, except for I'm a little worried about all these people that have masks on, especially down there in Tijuana.
I can see that.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get back to you, Disgruntled Guy. We'll get back to you on that. We're going to move on. Think of a final thought when I get back to you.
Fred.
Oh, one more thing. Go
One
ahead.
more thing.
Go ahead, Disgruntled Guy. What do you got?
If you see that guy or you hear from that Joseph guy,
Yeah.
tell him that you've never met me, you don't know me, you've never seen me, and that's it.
Okay, well, stay tuned. You're going to hear an interview from him later. He's my interview today. So if you want to find out what he knows, you might want to stay tuned. Okay, thanks, Disgruntled Guy. Hey, okay, we're going to move on. Now, last but not least, we're going over to Cletus. Cletus, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. What are you up to, Cletus? What's going on? How you doing over
I'm
there?
just gonna keep a lookout for your plane, Fred, because I need to get out of here.
Yeah, I've sent it out. It's on its way.
All right, I can't keep eating all this undercooked fish, but
Okay,
when
well,
PBR sake gets to the States, everybody needs to try that.
PBR sake. That sounds good.
That oil company that you ran the commercial for, that looks like a good product. What was
That
it?
does look like a good
Blue Surf
product.
Essentials. So it must be essential because it's right in the name.
That's right. It sounds essential. You got to try it. Do they have that over in Japan as well?
Oh yeah, they got it here. They got a distribution center.
Oh, that's awesome. That looks good. It's do they make other type of oils too? Essential oil? I think essential oils is probably a good thing to have this during this pandemic.
Well,
Keeps
like
you
I said,
calm. You got ones that
they're essential. It's right.
they're essential. That's right in the name. Yeah, I heard that. Okay. Any other last words there, Cletus, before I come back to you?
Just looking out for that airplane. Get it over here to me.
Okay, the plane's on its way, Cletus. You hold tight.
All right.
All right, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Around the horn with the Fred Johnson crew. Hey, man, you remember these guys? They're the best in the business. Took me a lot to get them, I had to negotiate my lawyers with their lawyers, holding out contract disputes, but they're back. So what I'd like to do now is throw it over to another sponsor of the Fred Johnson Show. And when you come back, after a word from this sponsor, we have a guest we're going to speak with right after this.
Hey, what's up? This is Jesse. I just got my new Billy Blast drum kit in. It is a killer drum set. It looks phenomenal, sounds phenomenal. If you are in the market for a custom drum kit, hit up Billy Blast Drums. You will not be disappointed. So this is what the kit looks like. It's really badass. This is my new kit. I will no longer be needing any of these kits. This Billy Blast kit is amazing and will replace all them custom kits. Top of the line.
So there you go.
Wow.
Is that how it ends?
That's where the video ends. Was there supposed to be more to that? Disgruntled guy?
That's it.
That was it.
Okay.
Well,
I'm going to give you more. I'm going to give you some others too.
Okay. Well, you should have, I told you, put a logo or something at the end,
Yeah.
Logo beginning, logo end. All of a sudden, this guy was there, Okay.
Well, we're working on that, Fred.
Okay. I have top men working on it right now. Okay. Well, there you go. We all need drums in this pandemic. I mean, come on. What's more essential?
I heard those Billy Blast drums can't be beat.
They can't. That's exactly. Oh, really? Well, then that kind of defeats the purpose now, doesn't it? All right. All right. There you go. Get your Billy Blast drums. Now, are we going around the horn again? Or are we doing an interview?
CIA guy.
Oh, CIA. Okay. We're going to do the interview. Sorry, I need a little light because I can't read. I can't read, Ma, but I can't see. Okay. All right. I promised you an interview. Now, we're going to an interview with a guy. This is kind of impromptu. He claims he's from the CIA, and he's looking for a disgruntled guy. So let's see what he's up to. Mr. Wilhelm, your name is? I'm sorry, what was your name again?
I'm Joseph Merriweather.
Joseph Merriweather. Okay, Mr. Merriweather. Now, what's your issue here with disgruntled guy? You're looking for him?
Well, we heard that he was down there in Tijuana.
Now, where'd you hear that from?
I heard that from the Fred Johnson show.
I heard. Now I do know disgruntled guy. He used to work for me on the old Fred Johnson sports show, but I haven't talked to him, since then. And we used to send him out all over. Now, the last I know, he was from New Jersey. Have you looked in New Jersey for him, sir?
Well, we haven't looked in New Jersey, but I heard that he's from Belleville, New Jersey.
That's
So
correct.
we're going down there and we're going to talk to everybody in Belleville, New Jersey to see if he's been around there.
Hey,
And
Fred.
if he has, I'm putting that son of a bitch in handcuffs and I'm taking him to goddamn Washington.
Really?
I think I might be able to figure this out and settle it.
Oh, okay, Cletus.
Yeah,
Cletus chiming
I
in.
think it might be a case of mistaken identity because apparently
Yeah.
the family name disgruntled has two distinctly different spellings.
Oh.
I see. That's it. Cleet has cracked the
probably
case
is.
again.
Well, be that as it may, Fred.
So there you
We're
go.
still-
There's two
we're-
different disgruntled families.
Well, the one we're looking for used to work for you, Fred. So,
Okay, well,
What do you
he
think
was a
of that?
freelancer. He wasn't like a full-time employee, you know, and, you know, kind of like the Hatfields and the McCoys. They were spelled different, too. Now,
well, I remember,
you should look
I
in New
remember
Jersey
those
for him, though.
families. Well, yeah, but you know, I remember those families now that you mentioned it, the Hatfields and the McCoys,
Yeah,
because I'm from the Smoky Mountains myself.
is that right?
Yep. And my parents, they were moonshiners.
Really?
That's why I went into the CIA, Fred. I wanted to make sure that my parents were completely covered.
Well, that was a smart move. I'm sorry, what was his name? Merriweather?
Joseph Merriweather, get shit out of your ears.
Okay, Joseph Merriweather. How's the weather up there? Okay.
In
All right, well,
Washington?
yes. Well, look, you should go to New Jersey and look for him. For, you know, all criminals are from New Jersey, so you know, if you just go to New Jersey, I'm sure you'll find plenty of criminals there. You know, so look for him there. It was the last time I heard from him. Mr. Merriweather, it was a pleasure having you as a guest on the Fred Johnson Show, the new Fred Johnson Show, and I hope maybe you could come back again someday. Maybe after you find this disgruntled guy. Let me know if you find him, because
Well, thank you.
I'd like to say hi to him.
Well, thank you, Fred. And if you do see him, make sure that you tell him I'm looking for him.
Will do. Okay, there you go, Mr. Merriweather from the CIA. He seems like the confident government official that we're all used to looking at on the TV now these days. Okay, so now moving on. Here we go. What's next? We got around. What do we got? This kind of character.
One more time around the horn, and then your outro.
Okay, no more commercials, right?
No, not today.
Okay, not today. Okay, I'm gonna have some commercials too later. Okay. All right. So one more time around the horn. Oh, first, okay, but I'm gonna bring up a topic. Supposed to bring up a topic. What's in the news? Okay. People are going crazy during this pandemic. Did you hear? I wanted to bring a picture. Did you hear about the guys that robbed in Virginia? They robbed a convenience store, but as a mask, what they did was they hollowed out watermelons, and they put on their head and cut eye holes in them, and you can see that online if you look up for the guys in Virginia that robbed a convenience store and used a watermelon as a mask, and it's just so. Oh, it was
That's
West
funny.
Virginia, I think. I think it was West Virginia. Of course it was. Okay. Oh, we love West Virginia. I grew up right near West Virginia, in Pennsylvania, actually. That's why they call West Virginia almost heaven, because it's right next to Pennsylvania. Okay, well, there goes our West Virginia fans. Okay. Anyway, so that's my topic. Things that are, you know, the pandemic. What are you doing? What do you think about it? Crazy things you're doing. Let's go around the horn. Charlie, what's your thing on the pandemic? What's your advice to the listeners?
Well, stay safe, wear a
Yep.
mask when you go outside, and keep 6 feet away. Try to anyway. It doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
But that's probably, you know, keeps you a little bit safer and less likely to catch COVID or a bad case of it. So
I agree.
there you go.
Good
Fred.
advice, Charlie. Charlie, the sports guy, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, on next week's show, Charlie's going to have all kind of updates on sports. So tune in for that, coming to an internet near you. All right, let's move on to Disgruntled Guy. Disgruntled Guy, what do you got? What do you think of this pandemic? What's your advice to our listeners?
I've been laying low, Fred. I've been laying low. I
Good.
don't want the damn COVID, and
No.
that damn Joseph guy keeps freaking taunting me. But you
Yeah.
gotta stay where you're at. You can't go out a lot, and I hope everybody's going to be okay.
So, disgruntled guy, you don't agree with these people that are protesting, going they're treading on your rights and all that? You know, what about your rights to wear? You know, I don't want to wear a mask. I want to go out. Isn't that infringing on the Constitution?
Well, you know, Fred, I'm not going to get into that political arena with you right now.
Okay, probably good advice. Okay, we'll discuss that maybe on the next show. Well, I'll have a guest on next week, a guest that's going to argue that point, why he thinks he has rights during a pandemic to do whatever
Well,
he wants.
I hope it's not Eddie.
Because I'm going to bring up, I have the right to drive drunk anytime I want to do that.
I have the right to
Yes,
not catch COVIDs too. So
if there's no rights, or I mean, if we're, you're infringing on my rights to drive drunk. So, all right. Anyway, we'll discuss that next week. All right, let's move on. Cletus. I know. Tell me, what's your advice with the COVID lockdown here over in Japan?
Well, I heard you talking about them fellers up in West Virginia, put the watermelons on their heads and try to rob the store or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a cousin in Kakalaki. He saw that story and he decided to be a copycat criminal. He's the cousin that never could come up with anything original. But all he had in the house was some pineapples and bananas at the time.
Okay.
So he got picked up right quick by the sheriff because it didn't really conceal his identity as well as a watermelon.
So he put a pineapple on his head and stuck a banana up his ass? Is that what he did?
I'm not sure if that's what it was.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just what I envisioned.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I read that wrong. Okay, well, thanks, Cletus. That's awesome. All right.
I'm just in shock.
Thank you for the
that.
advice. Okay, so now here we go. We're going to wrap it up. Fred's going to, okay. All right, here we go. Now, next week, like I say, we also have a new character. He's the future man, or what is it? He's the way of the future guy. Future man, future guy is coming. Okay. So anyway, thank you for tuning in to the Fred Johnson Show, the new Fred Johnson Show. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Charlie. Thanks, Disgruntled Guy. Thanks, Cletus.
Thanks, Fred.
Welcome. This is only going to get better from here, guys.
Peace
Everybody,
out,
come
Fred.
back.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Peace out and buy all those products from our sponsors now. Sponsors are very important.
I'm going to
That's
go
what keeps
out
the
and
Fred
buy
Johnson
me a
Show on
drum.
the air. What? I'm going to go
I'm gonna
drive
go-
drunk now,
Arigato. Sayonara.
but I'll have a mask on. While
See
I'm
ya,
driving drunk.
Cletus.
And a shotgun.
And a shotgun.
I want to drive drunk with a shotgun and a mask. That's what I want to do. Where'd my pants?